Welcome to Fantasy Booking. This is the series where I show how I would book an angle or a wrestler or even a pay-per-view. Today, we will be looking into how I would book Finn Balor's Universal title reign. Finn was one of the biggest names in 2016 and was the first overall draft in the 2016 draft. He came into the main event picture instantly and even became the first ever Universal Champion by pinning Seth Rollins. The entire WWE was behind him, but unfortunately, he was injured and had to go away for almost a year. When he came back after Wrestlemania, he never could become the world champion again. The only title he won is the Intercontinental Championship, and let's face it, he deserves better. Alright, my turn. So let's start at the night after WrestleMania 33. I am keeping the same return. In his first pay-per-view after returning, he was a part of Miz TV on the pre-show. Instead of this bullcrap, why not just give him a win against the Miz at Payback? A quick 10 minutes match to start Payback, not in the pre-show. After that, we keep kind of the same booking. Joe vs Balor vs Wyatt vs Reigns vs Rollins for a number one contenders match. I would still keep Joe win the match, but throughout the match, Balor is turned into basically a guy that will not give up. He takes a stomp by Rollins, but kicks out. He kicks out a Sister Abigail by Bray. A spear from Reigns isn't enough to pin him down. The commentators are putting over the fact that Finn is not giving up at any cost and he wants his championship back, a championship he never lost. However, he does lose the match when Joe makes Rollins pass out with the Coquina clutch. Joe faces Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. In real life, at Great Balls of Fire, Balor doesn't even have a match. Instead, I would put him in the match between Rollins and Wyatt, making it a triple threat match. Towards the end of the match, Wyatt plants a Sister Abigail on Seth, but then Finn hits a double coup de grace on Wyatt and Rollins, pinning Rollins to win the match. Also, Joe vs Lesnar is a very clean match, and Lesnar just barely manages to beat Joe. The SummerSlam card will be heavily changed in my booking. Firstly, Seth and Wyatt will have a final singles match to finish off their rivalry, with Rollins winning. Next, Dean Ambrose vs The Miz in a steel cage for the Intercontinental Championship. Ambrose wins this one. Strowman and Reigns will have a no-holds-barred fight, because Roman tried to murder Strowman the previous pay-per-view. The match will end with Strowman winning. Then we come to the main event. Brock Lesnar vs Samoa Joe vs Finn Balor for the Universal Championship. This match is made because the night after Great Balls of Fire, Lesnar attacks Joe and puts him through a table with an F5. Next Raw, Finn Balor wins a number one contenders match for the Universal Championship. But right after the match, Joe attacks Balor, saying he wants the Beast at SummerSlam. So, the match at SummerSlam is made a triple threat. The match is won by Balor, after pinning Joe. The next night, Finn comes out to show appreciation for the WWE Universe when Lesnar attacks Balor from behind, F5ing him multiple times. Next week, Paul Heyman says that the only reason Finn won is because Joe was there. He would never be able to defeat Brock Lesnar. Finn comes out and tells him that at No Mercy, tell Lesnar to bring out the Beast, and Finn will bring out the Demon. At No Mercy, Demon Balor defeats Lesnar clean to cement himself on top of the mountain at Raw. At TLC, Finn would face his new challenger for the title Braun Strowman. In a David vs Goliath match, Finn pulls out the win. At Survivor Series, instead of Lesnar vs Styles, we would have Styles vs Balor. The match that actually happens at TLC. This would be a massive dream match that should end with Balor winning because he brought out the Demon. This match would be exactly like the one at TLC 2017. At Royal Rumble, Kevin Owens will face Finn Balor for the Universal Championship. Finn wins but with a roll-up. This enrages Kevin Owens and he demands a rematch at Elimination Chamber. Also, you could have Nakamura win the Rumble, or you could have Lesnar win the Rumble and face AJ at WrestleMania, defeating AJ at the grandest stage of them all. This is also a big dream match, and you could have Nakamura vs Styles later, which, let's face it, was a bit of a boring match. At Elimination Chamber, the Elimination Chamber match consists of Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, Miz, Elias and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn wins the match. As of the main event, Kevin Owens faces Finn Balor again. This time, it looked like Kevin Owens might be able to win the match, but Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson attacked Kevin Owens, ending the match in a DQ. The Good Brothers kept beating up Owens when Sami Zayn came out to help Owens. However, the numbers game was too much for Kevin and Sami. The Good Brothers and Balor put both Owens and Zayn through an announcer's table. The Balor Club formed, turning Balor heel, and Sami and Kevin faces. At Wrestlemania, the matches would be as such: Lesnar vs. Styles for the WWE Championship, Daniel Bryan vs. Shinsuke Nakamura, Seth Rollins vs. The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship, Kevin Owens vs. Finn Balor vs. Sami Zayn for the Universal Championship. At the beginning of the match, the Good Brothers would not be at ringside, and Balor, Zayn and Owens would be alone. However, when Balor was in danger, the Good Brothers showed up to attack Owens and Zayn. KO and Zayn worked together to take care of Gallows and Anderson. Finally, Zayn would pin Balor to win the Universal Championship at the grandest stage of them all. And yeah, that is it. Be sure to let me know if you liked it, and tell me what to book next in the comments below. Be sure to like, share and subscribe. That will help the channel out a lot. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.